Thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast from Visit Aurora from the rafters of the Stanley Marketplace. This is the show dedicated to telling the stories of Aurora, Colorado. Hi there, I'm Dave, the Director of Marketing for Visit Aurora. Today, we're unwrapping one of the most dazzling holiday experiences in Colorado, Camp Christmas. This year, Hanzon Studios is taking over Stanley Marketplace right here in Aurora for a full-on festive takeover. Think twinkling lights, themed bevies, scavenger hunts, Santa sightings, and a brand new walkthrough adventure called the Camp Christmas Express. Joining me are Charlie Miller and Lonnie Hanzon, the creative forces behind this immersive world. It's so great to have you guys today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks. It's fun to be here.
Is it hard to get in the Christmas spirit a little bit when we're all looking at spider webs being put up across Stanley today?
I'm afraid that I'm in Christmas land about 365. So
yeah, this isn't your first rodeo, not by any
44th year.
Wow. Obviously, I imagine you have systems in place, but what is the level of stress right now as you're in kind of the planning / beginning to execute phase?
Oh, it's always crazy because we want to do so much and we want to get it all out and use it all. And so it's just a time crunch to get to opening.
I feel like locally, the brand Camp Christmas has a lot of equity, but for those who haven't experienced before, how would you describe it?
Camp Christmas is a secular celebration of this thing that we've been celebrating for 12,000 years. It's dark, it's cold, and we need a party.
Yeah.
And so we try to create a place that people can, get their Christmas spirit on.
Charlie, from a DCPA off-center perspective, how does Camp Christmas kind of fit within your mission to create unexpected theatrical experiences?
Yeah, Off-Center is really passionate about putting the audience at the center of the story. And we first partnered with Lonnie and Hanzon Studios in 2019 to create the original Camp Christmas here at Stanley Marketplace. And it's really evolved and grown and transformed every year since. This will be our third year at Stanley. And it's just such an amazing celebration of Lonnie's artistry. He is a local Colorado artist who's been doing this work internationally. And we're so lucky to have him in our community and to be able to celebrate his talents and the talents of his studio. There are dozens of artists who come together to make this show possible. And to be able to bring it to our community and to use it as a way of building community here in Aurora.
Lonnie, you've built a reputation for turning spaces into living, breathing art. How do you approach transforming a place like Stanley into a holiday wonderland?
Oh, it's actually very exciting because now we're not just in a box or in a theater. We're actually getting to bring it all the way out and touch all the corners of the Stanley Marketplace so that people can come, and there will be a lot of features that are free that they can, and there's this scavenger hunt of the merit badges. At camp you have merit badges, but we have merit badges.
Nice.
You can search out all the merit badges and collect a prize. We'll have 3 themed bars, so you can get a cocktail, roam Marketplace, and then we'll have, of course, the Camp Christmas Express, which is a 6-cycle sort of tune-up for your holiday spirit.
For those unfamiliar, Stanley Marketplace is an industrial retail space. It used to be an aviation factory. Specifically, the ejector seat was invented here at Stanley Marketplace. It's a really unique and dynamic place. This is not a sterile retail environment. What made Stanley such an appealing venue for Camp Christmas?
Oh, it's just, first of all, they've done such an incredible job with the renovation of this place. It is a beautiful but still funky and industrial. You've got all of these independent retailers and restaurants, and the critical mass here is just wonderful because there's everything from fitness, to great food and
daycare, hair salon.
There's hair salon. There's
great
everything.
Shopping,
and they've been very careful about those adjacencies and very careful about having one of each thing so that everybody can still prosper. So we just find it's just an amazing community of people, of entrepreneurs and individual retailers. there are no national chains.
No.
Right?
No, it's all
It's all local.
And that's been the heart of it from the beginning, and was really the attraction for us too in starting to be here. There's energy and creativity in these spaces, and there's a real community of business owners, and that translates into an amazing community of visitors who, have a reason to be here every day, whether your kid's taking a music lesson or gymnastics, or you're just coming for a casual dinner or for a fancy dinner. Like, it's got everything.
Yeah.
And we've been so lucky to have been a part of it for many years now. And we're really excited about this new opportunity to kind of reinvent what Camp Christmas is and how it folds into the broader fabric of Stanley Marketplace.
Obviously, we want everybody to come experience it for themselves, but this truly is a unique new take on Camp Christmas. Can you paint a picture, at least a little bit, of what people can expect when they walk into the Stanley Marketplace once this is all unveiled?
Sure. So in the past, you would go into Camp Christmas and Santa would have his glam site. This time, Santa will have his glam site right up front at the front of Stanley Marketplace. That'll be right next to the Denver Biscuit Company, which is going to become the Santa Bar.
Oh, nice.
We're putting up the light bulb tree, which is 140 years of light bulbs. Wow. Sort of the history of light bulbs. And then there'll be we're putting sculptures and activities, attractions throughout the space so that people can wander around. Like I mentioned, the scavenger hunt of the Merry Badges, and many of the different retailers are even coming up with ways that they're tying into camp, so that it's all it's the class play for everybody.
And we're calling it the Camp Christmas Takeover because literally we're taking over the whole marketplace. Yeah. As Lonnie said, a lot of it is free for the public to just happen upon or go on the quest, right, and enjoy and discover. All the Santa visits are free this year, sponsored by Stanley Marketplace. So every weekend between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you can visit Santa for free.
There's music, right?
There's some live music. As Lonnie mentioned, we're taking over 3 of the bars here. The Denver Biscuit Traveling Mercies will be a really special little
how fun
experience. And then the big one will be Local Drive, where a big chunk of some of your Camp Christmas favorites will be installed in the hangar where Local Drive is now. And then the part that I'm most excited about, because it's sort of new and different for us, is the Camp Christmas Express, which is this fairly brief, we think it'll be about 15 minutes, walk-through experience that takes some of your favorites from Camp Christmas past, in particular the Pink Room, which everyone loves. It's an entirely pink room of holiday wonder. And it takes you through these 6 cycles to really help you get your holiday spirit. And that will culminate in the Camp Christmas gift shop, which will be expanded and will be open during regular business hours here in the marketplace for people to get fun, whimsical, and quirky holiday gifts.
We're known for our candy cane flavors because we have, mac and cheese and kale.
Butter. My kids like the butter flavor.
Butter, yeah.
This might be the only Santa you'll find that has a craft beer in his hand the entire time.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about Camp Christmas every year is the attention to detail. There are always little Easter eggs and things to discover. Anything that attendees, obviously don't want to give away all the secret sauce, but anything that attendees should have their eye on the lookout for when they visit?
Well, I mean, we do try to put details in everywhere we can.
Yeah.
So I encourage people to look up, and to look around and maybe on the light bulb tree, try to find the. We have a signed Edison light bulb that was from the turn of the century, last turn of the century. So maybe they can try to find the hand blown glass Edison bulb in the light bulb tree. But there'll be, like I said, the Merry Badges. There are 20 Merry Badges, so there's plenty of Easter eggs to go find.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, one of the things I love about Lonnie is his sense of humor, and that is imbued throughout Camp Christmas. One of a perennial favorite for audiences and myself are the pun trees. There are dozens of pun trees, where you try to guess the pun. So, for example, the tree that is covered in hands facing up is the palm tree. Or what's another one we want to give away? There's a tree that's covered in computer like motherboards and technological parts.
And that's the circuit tree. So they all ended TR or TREE. And so those a bunch of them are going to be in the local drive space, which is our base camp bar. There's base camp bar, ornament bar, and Santa bar. But we'll also have some of those pun trees will be in the Camp Christmas Express, which is a $10 ticket.
Yeah.
So it's a much lower ticket. So this is a year that we really feel like people need to be able to access a little holiday cheer.
Yeah.
For a really reasonable price. So it's exciting because we're really being able to give the audience a much bigger gift.
And it's an experience where you can just walk in and experience it. You don't have to buy tickets in advance.
That's right.
You just walk up and choose your own adventure a little bit. Right. One of the things I love about Camp Christmas is it's, the heart and the nostalgia of the holiday season. How do you balance that childlike wonder with also keeping it fresh and innovative every year?
Well, we have a very large collection, and it's sort of interesting. Right now we're an ornament sort, which we have thousands and thousands of ornaments, and we sort through that. And I think we just try to keep our eyes open and our ears to the ground of how the world is feeling and what things we kind of bring forward, what is in style. That's the nice thing about Christmas is that it's all about remembering and recollection and rekindling, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of put everything away, and then we'll get to bring it back out again. That's part of it. Is that a lot of it is stuff that we've used before, but we get to mix it up in different, fresh ways, hopefully.
Kind of how the sausage is made a little bit. I mean, there's 4 or 5 tractor trailers full of stuff that you have. How do you keep it all? How do you know what's what and where's where? And
oh my
how
God.
do you?
Well, that's what we're going through right now. We've got a team of search and destroy. We going through, and we have got about, I don't know, it's about 20,000 square feet that it takes to store everything. And we have like Charlie said, we work with amazing artists that most of the time the labels on the box are what's really inside. Sometimes not so much, but then that's usually a surprise. You go, oh, look what we just found.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's part of it, is that there's so many pieces and parts that it's sort of like cooking. You can still make a soup a little fresh just by a tweak here and there.
I love that the marketplace is part of the show this year.
Yeah.
How did you manage to collaborate with the Stanley businesses? Everybody has their priorities, the things that they like, the things they don't like, but you've really created an immersive experience with all of the retailers here. How did you navigate those waters?
Well, this is our 3rd time at Stanley.
Right.
We were first here in 2019, and then during COVID, we did it outdoors in Lakewood.
Mm-hmm.
And then we returned in 2023. And last year, we took the show to Dallas. Speaking of all the stuff, that was 10 semi-trucks to take the show to Dallas. And everyone who's been here since 2019 has seen the years when camp is in the marketplace and have seen the years when camp is not in the marketplace. And they get the energy and the excitement and the humans that it brings here. And so
foot traffic is important.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a big difference for everyone.
Yeah.
And it makes a big difference for Camp Christmas to have so many exciting other things you can do, so that it's not just a destination in and of itself. You can go get drinks. You can go get dessert. You can get a haircut before you do it. Like, there's so much to do here, and camp just thrives from that as well. And so it's a really wonderful, mutually beneficial partnership. And I think all of the Stanley business owners get that, and certainly the owners of the marketplace really see the value and have worked really hard to collaborate with us to figure out a way to make this work financially for everyone.
Right. We really sort of mixed up the whole thing, and we're not putting everything on that ticket. Everybody's just been pitching in, and like Charlie said, I think I think the best years that Stanley has had was when camp was here. So I think the retailers really understand that, and it really is like, not that it's a Hallmark movie, but it really is that memory that we all have of that, when the family goes out for the holiday stroll, for that time together, the multi-generational families, the several generations being able to all identify at the same time. And that's why we use a lot of vintage stuff and a lot of antique stuff in the show, along with modern stuff, is that the people can actually relate to, I had that when I was a kid, or that looks like grandma's house, or it's really wonderful when you see families actually communicating with each other through those generations.
You've mentioned this a bit. We're in an economic time right now where it's find new revenue streams. Let's dig for more cash where we can find it. But Camp Christmas this year has a bevy of free experiences: the decor, the Santa visits, the Merry Badge Hunt. Why was it so important that you created an accessible event this year for everyone?
Well, I don't think I'm alone in understanding that the world is kind of a dark place right now. Mm-hmm. And that's what Christmas is about. It's about that new beginning. It's about the end of the year. It's about, it's the darkest time of the year. And I think we're just all experiencing that more than usual this year. And the antidote to that is for, when the going gets tough, the artists get going, Yeah. I mean, as we could have gotten really just depressed this year and said, maybe this is a year to skip. And in actuality, it's the time to double down. Yeah. It's the time to get, and that's what we're doing with the Express. You go through, it's similar to a car wash. You go through a pre-soak, and you go through, you get sudsed up, and you go through a scrub and a rinse and a
metaphorically, not
metaphorically. Nobody's going to get wet. But just that idea of like, okay, what do we got to do to shed off this gray gloom of the season and celebrate each other and bring the light back.
It really has become a holiday tradition. Even, for my household, we build it into our itinerary for every holiday season. The year it was in Dallas, there was something missing there for us. So, grateful for the work and effort that you and your team put in. What does it mean to you to personally see families come back every year?
Oh, it's just great to be home. And like I said, when you see families actually talking to each other and doing that transfer between, because it can be grandparents and parents and kids. When I see, our Santas are the Santas here are very diverse. Mm-hmm. And when you see a family visiting Santa that looks like them, yeah, it's a pretty moving thing. It is a way for everybody to be seen, and it gives you hope. We need that right now.
Do you have a moment that you can recall of that was so affirming for you, that was like, okay, this is what I should be doing? Do you recall a visitor experience that kind of touched you in that way?
Well, I always say that I count my success in nose prints.
Yeah.
That's when, I get emotional about it because when you see a kid that is enchanted, yeah, they've got the magic in their eyes, and the world is just one big possibility. Then that's good food. That's good medicine.
And that's your story too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm in this business because as a kid, Christmas saved my life. It was the time of truce. It was the time of the glitter was okay.
Yeah.
It was the time the color was okay. Mm. It was a time that I was very free to be myself. And so I think that's why I ended up in the business.
You also don't set it and forget it. You're a part of it. I mean, we can encounter you here as part of the experience.
Well, yes, I'm not building any 16-foot sugar trees this year. But I will be around, and that's part of it. Of course, there's all the cutouts of me pointing to things in the Express.
Yeah.
To get the story across. But I love being part of it, and we just, like I said, we have a wonderful group of people doing it, and it's great to be out and about with it.
And Lonnie sometimes it's not his favorite thing to be the mascot of Camp Christmas, but it was really important to me as producer that it's clear to people that this is all the vision of a singular artist, and this is homemade.
Yeah.
It is original art. It is not some commercial sterile thing that's manufactured in another country and like shipped in and reassembled. Like, this is made here with all local artists, and it is Lonnie's vision, and his quirky personality and incredible vision is what makes it unique. And that's what sets Camp Christmas apart from anything else you can see anywhere is Lonnie. And so,
and my hoarding, right?
and your collection. We'll call it.
But I mean, there are a lot of experiences out there that I call designed in Denmark, made in China.
Yeah.
Right. They're elegant, and they're good for about a half a second of oh, that's interesting. And so we don't do a lot of big plug and play metal, things. Everything, my crew gets their hands are just totally torn up by the time they fluff. I don't know. It's probably I think it's 2 miles of garland that we'll be using. So,
Charlie, when I think DCPA, I think the beautiful venue in downtown Denver. I think of the stages. This is different. Talk about off-center programming and the creative collaboration that goes behind the scenes.
So Off Center is celebrating its 15th year, and it's really its final year actually at the DCPA. I just announced that I'm going to be leaving the DCPA, and the DCPA will be changing its strategy around immersive in the coming years. But where it really started was a way to reimagine and redefine what theater can be, to reach different audiences in different communities like Aurora, and to experiment and to try new things. And Camp Christmas is one of our greatest success stories. It started as an experiment, and it has been so popular, and has really, it started from nothing, from an idea of like, Lonnie's got this incredible stock. Let's try to reimagine what it could be and the ways that people could interact with it. And so it's an incredible legacy. And the DCPA is excited to have been a part of that journey. And I think the DCPA will continue to present existing immersive projects. And I'm excited to see where Camp Christmas goes from here.
And Charlie plays it down, but Charlie has been a full creative partner on Camp Christmas from the very beginning. I mean, I was doing large installations and large environments, but Charlie's the one that brought a lot of the humor to the show, the storyline, the narratives, the thesis, the storytelling that we do in Camp Christmas. That comes from Charlie, and that comes from that theatrical sensibility of how, again, putting the audience in the center of the story.
How do you approach storytelling when the stage is an entire building full of shops, bars, and holiday cheer?
It's really hard. And, I think part of it is you have to simplify it enough that it's easy to get. And you also have to accept that some people will do the deep dive and actually find the story, and other people may just like looking at the flashing lights, right. And that's okay too.
Yep.
And so we do a lot.
All those levels. We, there's the waders, the people that wade into it. There's the swimmers. There's the divers and there's the soakers.
Yeah.
And, all those, all the people sort of find their track. And there will be people that walk through there and go, oh yeah, they had some decorations up.
Yeah.
And there will be people that stay 4 hours and read everything, so yeah, it really does have a wide range of how people can interact with it.
Elevator pitch time for someone who's never experienced the magic of Camp Christmas. Why should they add this to their holiday itinerary this year?
Well, because we did the decorating for you.
Well,
and hopefully you'll leave with a much better spirit than you arrived in. That's our whole point.
what's something that still makes you feel like a kid around this time?
All the points of light, all the glitter, all the it's all the sweets, so much color.
And for me, I have 2 kids, and
Yeah.
so being able to
It's been wonderful to watch them grow up.
through Giver's List. I have pictures of them as little ones in the pink room the first time. It was our holiday card. But to get to watch it through their eyes and to reconnect with that childlike sense of joy and wonder, it just grounds you and reminds you of what's really important.
Reconnecting to that magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lonnie Hanzon, Charlie Miller, thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us a peek behind Camp Christmas, taking over Stanley Marketplace this season right here in Aurora. So excited. Cannot wait for the spider webs to clear and the glitter to emerge. Thank you both for spending time with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can experience the magic for yourself starting November 21st. Bring the family, grab a themed cocktail, hunt for merry badges, or hop around on the Camp Christmas Express for a dose of pure holiday joy. Get all the details at camp-christmas.com and learn about all of Aurora's magic for the holiday season at visitaurora.com/holiday. Shop local, spread some cheer, and keep discovering the magic right here in Aurora, Colorado.
Thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast. Visit Aurora is the official destination marketing organization for the city of Aurora, Colorado, and acts as the primary liaison between meeting planners and hotel partners. As Aurora's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Visit Aurora's mission is grounded in showcasing Aurora as a premier destination for meetings, business, and leisure travel. Visit Aurora represents more than 75 plus hotel properties with 13,500 plus guest rooms and more than 1 million square feet of meeting space, including Colorado's largest resort, Gaylord Rockies Resort and Convention Center. As Colorado's 3rd largest city, Aurora is located minutes away from Denver International Airport and showcases mountain views, memorable meeting spaces, and 250 plus international eateries that offer a unique experience for each and every visitor. As the gateway to the Rockies, Visit Aurora's role in the local community goes beyond marketing the city as a destination. The Visit Aurora team is here to assist you with your Colorado visit, from facilitating your meeting, event, or convention to helping you discover local flavor and attractions. Go beyond the boardroom in Aurora, Colorado. For more, visit us at visitaurora.com.